Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to discuss Gemini. So that's the next zodiac sign here. So the Gemini is my sign. So I know quite a bit about it, but we're going to make sure we condense the video down and just deal with it the same as every other horoscope. So the Gemini, of course, everybody knows is Two-Face. It's the Two Faces. We have Donald Trump, Mr. June 14th. We got people like Tupac, Johnny Depp, Mike Myers, all of which are Geminis. So very, very good sign, I would say. It's an air sign, masculine in nature. It's considered mutable, so this means it's changeable. So that's a good and a bad thing. We're going to go through all of that today. So what we look at when we look at the Geminis, first we're going to look at the planetary influence, which is Mercury. Mercury is the fastest moving planet. It goes around the sun the fastest amount. It's all about speed and communication. It governs Virgo as well, but gives them very different traits in comparison to the traits that it gives to the Gemini. The Gemini's main traits are what I'm doing, talking. We're able to talk for long periods of time, which is what I'm able to do as well. And also just sell to people, meaning give them, I'd say, like a perspective on how things are supposed to be. So Gemini is a sign where, because it's air, it's considered very masculine. It can give to other signs. It can give to others like a certain perspective or just make them think in a certain way. This is considered a very manipulative sign and also like good and evil. So you have like one face, which is very good. And then, but if you get on a Gemini's nerves, you can get the other face, which is very bad and cold. So it all depends on what you get. It's a very split personality. It's definitely true. And the different decans definitely do affect the type of Gemini that's going to come out. So I'd say that your numerology is going to affect it a lot because that's going to be another planetary influence, but then the decan that you're born within. So Gemini runs from May 21st up until June 20th, and then at that point it's over. We go over to Cancer. I would say that because it's mutable, some of the strengths is that it's very adaptable, very versatile. Geminis are able to go in different environments and just blend in or take over if they actually want to. The thing about weaknesses with Geminis, though, is that we tend to switch up our perspective a lot or have a hard time with discipline as well. And it's because of that one root problem, which is the switch of perspective. So a Gemini is somebody who will literally start like a workout regimen and then 2 weeks later be like, I don't want to do that. I should do something else, or I'm not seeing results fast enough, blah, blah, blah. They'll just give off random reasons as of why they're not doing X, Y, Z. And that's a very, very big problem. It's a problem with all mutable signs, I would say, but Gemini, because it's also double-faced, it's a double-edged sword for us. So you just got to watch out for things like that. Just make sure that you do stick with things. In regards to a career that you can stick with, make sure it's something that's going to challenge your mind each day. It's a very mental sign. So you want to make sure that you're looking at it from a perspective of, if I'm looking for a career, I got to find something that's going to make me have to think, research each day. So like advertising would be good. Any sort of sales job that's based upon commission would be good because that keeps you have to be in the zone. So that's really good. Athletics is good, but Gemini is more of a cerebral type of, I'd say it's a cerebral type of sign. So you get like comedians and people that like to think, even scientists, certain social reformers can be born under the Gemini sign. It's a very abnormal sign. So that's the type of people that you will get. But other career recommendations I would have to say would be things such as like being a travel agent, like I said, in the sales reg, like a car dealer, just because these are things that are going to challenge you to think a lot. And Geminis, where they know it or not, like to think. They like to be bothered with problems. They like to tackle them and deconstruct them. And that's the thing. Watch out in relationships as well if you're a Gemini, just in regards to how you treat others. You are very verbose. So you can end up talking to people in a way where you can hurt them very easily, and you're not hurt that easily. I would say because Gemini is the air, it's like trying to hit the air. You're doing your thing, but you're not hitting anything. Geminis are not that sensitive in that regard. I would say it would depend on what decan, again, you're in. The first decan is the least sensitive, which is what I'm in. But you have to just look out for that, just because what would not hurt you might destroy somebody else. Like, there's no words that anybody on this planet can say to me that would actually like genuinely really hurt my feelings. Like, it might make me angry, but to say that I'd get sad over it, like, no, never. That's the thing. But maybe somebody like a Pisces or a Libra would get like completely destroyed by those same words. So that's the thing that we have to just watch out for, guys, is just making sure we respect others and making sure that we especially treat our significant other with that same respect. Because what we view as respect sometimes may not be what they view as respect, just because we have a very dry sense of humor in the sense of just we have a high IQ, just intelligent, and other people may look at that and say, well, that's not funny, or what you said could be termed as abuse. And I would say that's for males or females. If you're a female, if you have a male partner, you want to get a male partner that's going to compliment you. And what I mean by that is you want to get a male partner that's not sensitive and that can be very rigid, kind of stubborn. You want somebody that actually is more grounded and maybe not another air sign. The reason why I say don't get another air sign specifically is just because you don't want two people who are just not really grounded in that sense and not thinking about reality. I'm not saying Geminis are outside of reality, but we do tend to have our heads in the clouds. And that can be a bit of an issue if you're trying to obtain certain goals and reach next steps in life, such as buying homes and starting a family. If you are a male as a Gemini like myself, just make sure you don't hurt your partner's feelings. Of course, male and female, the dynamic is obviously different with everybody. But if you do have a female partner, I'd recommend maybe getting somebody that's like a fire sign that you can give your enthusiasm to. I'd say stay away from all water signs if you're a male, just because water signs are the most sensitive and what you say will indeed hurt them, even if you don't intend it to. So just watch out for that. I would say get earth or fire. If you're considering like a relationship, you're going to look at the horoscopes. Obviously, we should all go for who we love, regardless of what numerology or astrology sign they have. But these are just warning signs to tell you. Like I said, all this is just a cheat code. So if you're going to look at it in that regard, you have to understand that with this cheat code comes certain responsibilities. And if you understand that you may not be as sensitive as other people, then you need to make sure you filter your words so that they don't get hurt by what you say. If that makes sense, guys. All right. So I covered both male and female dynamics for that. When I get into the decans, it's definitely going to get a lot more detailed for all of these, just because some Geminis are more sensitive than others. Like I said, the first one is considered the most Gemini. It's considered like Mercury governed from May 21st to about June 1st. And that's where you get the most least sensitive ones, but also very high IQ. So, but we'll discuss all of that within the future. The next video I'm going to get to is going to definitely be the Cancers, which is like the polar opposite for Gemini, essentially, which we get back to the water sign. But aside from that, guys, let me know in regards to astrology if you guys are liking the videos, if you guys have anything against what I'm saying, or if you disagree, please let me know. The way in which I do numerology is not the way the Pythagoreans do it or the way the Chaldeans do it. I'm a hybrid in between. I like the way they both represent things, but I simplify it a lot. I only use the life path, the birth number, and then the name number. I'm saying this because in astrology, all I'm looking at is your sun sign. I don't care about what your moon sign is. I don't care what the rest of the natal chart is saying. My main concept that I'm going to focus on with astrology is going to be your sun sign and how you're going to master that. That's my whole goal here, guys, to teach you how to master your actual sun sign and not confuse you with other details that you can look at but aren't as essential as looking at the main product of who you are. And that's definitely going to be that sun sign. Okay? But let me know if you guys have any feedback in regards to that. If you want to argue it, let me know. I can definitely look into that as well. But aside from that, I will call it a day on Gemini. Just please remember, this is the most insensitive sign, probably the most two-faced. It's the king of all trades, master of speed, master of communication. Use your skills wisely. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please comment below with anything, questions, anything you guys may have. Again, like, subscribe, I'll be back tomorrow with the Cancer video. Thanks, guys.